Hi guys, and welcome back to another one of my knitting podcasts. This is episode 3. So normally I would start off with finished projects, but unfortunately I have none. So since the last time I talked to you guys, I think that was maybe like 12 days ago or so, I have not finished any knitting projects, but I have made significant progress on my Cara test knit. Luckily for me, because it is due very, very soon. November 6th is the deadline. And as I'm filming this today, it's the 31st, it's Halloween. So I have very, very little time to finish it. I am very nervous. I don't think I will finish it, but my goal at this point is to just complete the body and at least start on a sleeve, because I want to be able to give her feedback on fit at least. So I feel like if I have at least one sleeve completed in the full body, then I can kind of attest to that. So I can at least give some sort of feedback to it, because at this point, I don't know that I would actually finish it in time. But I'm keeping hope alive. It's very possible, but I'm just planning for the worst. So without further ado, let's introduce my current project on the Cara wrap. My current progress. Oh, okay. So here we are. It's in a mess, but let's turn it over, get some context here. So where I left off before, I think I was somewhere down the body, maybe at about 3 inches of body. I needed to get at least 9 inches of body. So I've since hit that mark. I knitted stockinette up to 9 inches worth of body, and now my body is complete. This is the back. So you see, and that's just the back. So it's pretty long now. Body complete. I have 9 inches from, this is the, she wanted me to measure from the armpole edge here down 9 inches. So I've done that. And I hit 9 inches here, and then I started on my ribbing. So there we are. I'm nearing the end of the body. I have about, I think, a ½ inch worth of ribbing left, because I plan on doing the crop version, which only requires like I think 1.5 inches of ribbing. So we're about there. I have just a ½ inch left. I'm hoping to finish that tonight, because I'm going to a knit night. I will talk about that a little bit later, but I'm going to a stitch night. So hopefully I'll get all my ribbing done there. But the problem is just that it's very wide, and it's a lot. So, and then ribbing just takes a little bit longer than stockinette does. So that has been a challenge. But my plan is to finish the ribbing tonight and hopefully start on the sleeve, so I can be nearing the end. But that is my Cara wrap progress. I really, really hope that by the next video I'll be wearing it, because I'm so ready to just put it on. All these colors just make me so happy. I have to plan. I think I'm planning on like wearing it for Thanksgiving too. So I have to find like some cute shoes and like plan an outfit out. I'm so excited to wear it. So that's my Cara wrap progress. I will go ahead and show you guys my progress on my other whips, although I have not made any progress on them. But I just feel like in the last video I didn't show any of my other whips. I figured might as well bring them back so you can kind of remember them and get a look at them before the next video, where I'll hopefully have progress on them. So my second whip is a new one. I started on another baby hat. So this is one of those top knot baby hats I talked about in the last video. They're super quick, super fun. I decided to cast on one when I got bored a couple days ago with my Cara wrap. I was like, let me just cast on something new just for a second. So I casted on one of these cute little baby hats. This one is in the largest size, I believe. They have like a newborn size, a 6-month-old size, and then a month-old size, and then I'm guessing like a year. So this is probably I think this is the 6-month size, because I went up one size. But my plan is I have a friend in my knitting group who's having a baby shower, so we're throwing a baby shower for her. And I want to give her a top knot baby hat in all the different sizes of that pattern. So that'll be 3 different hats in different colors, like girl colors. So this is a purple one. I already made a pink one, and I'll probably, depending on what kind of yarn I have, probably like a dark pink one. So basically, this is my progress on that 6 month old baby hat. It's kind of long, pretty cute. I like this yarn. It's a little bit thicker. This is like a cotton based yarn, I'm pretty sure, or it might just be 100% cotton. I got this one just as like a little bit of a remnant at like a yarn yard sale, so it didn't have a tag in it, so I don't know for sure, but it's probably like a cotton acrylic blend, and it's sitting up pretty good, pretty quick too. I love that stitch definition. So I'm excited about working on that too. This is my bag. So what I did was just combine all my like baby girl yarn type stuff just in this bag. And I've just been carrying it around or keeping it like in my knitting stash right now. So I get some time to work on it. I have purple, I have this like light pink I need to use. I've already made one hat out of this yarn. Oh, and then this is the other one that I finished. So I've just been keeping them all together until I'm done with them. These are just so stinking cute. Look at that little top now. This is like trips me out. I think that is like so cute. It's super cute. So hopefully I'll maybe get some pictures of her wearing the little hats. I think they're so cute. But that's my progress on my baby hat making. Put all this stuff back in the little whip bag. Oh, and also, just because I want to show it off, I made this little whip bag a long time ago, like years ago, but I just think it's so cute because it says I made like a little, what do you call it, like logo with my Cricut, and it says whip it real good. So that's cute. But that's the bag that I'm storing all of my baby hat making in. Now my third whip is one that you've already seen before, which is my baby blanket. I'm calling it, because I'm kind of just making up this pattern as I go along, and it's fairly simple, it's just squares. I think I'm calling it like the baby, I put it on Ravelry as like a project. I think I called it like the baby box blanket or something, or baby square blanket or something. I don't know, it's just a bunch of boxes, 10 by 10 boxes, or squares, 10 by 10 squares. I'm missing it actually. I haven't been working on it at all, but I miss it. So I can't wait to finish my Cara wrap, one, so I can wear it, and two, so I can get back to my baby blanket. Isn't this super cute? But I'll show you so you remember it. This is all out of 100% cotton. It is Juniper Moon brand in various colors. It's really big. It's getting pretty wide. I'll have to measure it, and I'll put that in the description as to how long it is right now. But yeah, no progress has been made thus far. Like I said, between last video and now, I've just been working on the Cara wrap. But these are the projects that are on the whips that are on the needles that I'll start working on again once my Cara wrap is complete. I'm gonna show you how much I have this is how much left I have of that blue yarn. So nice bit of ways to go. And then I have a full skein of the green left. So we're coming along, but you know, still got some progress I need to make. It's my cat's ear. Okay, and scooch over, get out the camera. All right, and then this is my, I think it's called Snowfall sweater scarf. That I've made absolutely no progress on. I feel so bad because again, this was supposed to be next in my queue after I finished my lintel. But in that time, right before I finished, well actually right after I finished my lintel and was beginning to cast this on, that's when Rebecca released her Cara wrap for a test knit. And so I was just kind of like, let me just apply. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, whatever. I applied, completely forgot about it, cast it on my Snowfall sweater scarf. And was like, you know, whatever, if I get it, I get it, if not, whatever, you know. Then I got it and I was like, so then I cast it on my Cara wrap and I just forgot about everything else. But, you know, I'm just excited for finishing this too because I had plans for it. I want to wear it. So hopefully I will, amongst all my other things, I'll get this done at some point in the wintry months, or at the very least, at least by spring when it's still a little bit chilly, so I can like, you know, throw it on. But this is so cute. I love the color. It's like in this like linen gray color, like off-white beigey or something. So I'm excited for it. This is my progress to still the cuff. I have like, this is about, let's see, 3 inches worth of cuff. I have to go, I think 8 inches, and then from there you start on the actual like bellowy part of the shawl. So, you know, no progress made on that, but I feel like this is going to be a pretty quick, easy knit once I actually start, you know, working on it. And I have that in this cute little fall bag that I made. Isn't that so stinking cute? I love fall, and it has all the fall things, mushrooms and like leaves and stuff. That's super cute. So I'm keeping that in this bag, and hopefully I'll make time to come back to it at some point. All right, so now for acquisitions. In between last video and this video, I didn't buy any yarn, so that's good for me. But I did buy some really cute knitting accessories. So I have to bring back my Cara wrap just because my needles that I bought are on there. Nothing too special really, but I do have a comment to make about so this is the Chiaku, I hope I'm saying it right, but like, I think it's Chiaku needle brand. So what I needed was like, because my Cara wrap was getting so wide, I needed to have some like wider needles. I needed a 40-inch needle. At the time I was working on needles, I don't remember the brand of the needles I had before, but I was just working on like a 30-inch or something around that with cable. And so at the time I was at Nina's knit night that they just had this month. So I was there and I was like, well, let me just go buy some needles. And she was telling me about the different brands they had, and I was like, you know, I'm not really picky. I don't care. And so she was saying like this brand, like the needles were much sharper. They're like lace type needles. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's fine. And I love them. Like, I really enjoyed working with them. I didn't even think that I would be able to tell the difference, but I can. Like, the sharper needles are just like chef's kiss. Like, I feel like it's like really nice when you're working with them. Like, I feel like it makes the stitches a lot more defined, and it's like easier to like pick up the stitch. So it's like a very small difference, just a slightly sharper needle, and I have like a much better knitting experience. So now I'm hooked on the brand. So that was a nice acquisition. I think I can find, because I bought 2. I had to buy a size 3 just to kind of replace the one that I had at the time and make it wider to finish off the body. And then I had to switch to a size 2 for the ribbing. So I bought a size 3 and a size 2 in that brand at the 40-inch width. And this is this the other? Oh, this is a shorter length. Wish they should have the brands on them, but I don't remember what that brand was that I had before. But this is the one that I bought, and I think it's pronounced, oh, so C-H-I-A-O go. Oh, Chiago. Hopefully I'm saying that right, but Chiagu is my final answer, I think. But look at these, they're so beautiful. Look at that red cord, so pretty. And then again, it's just slightly sharp. You probably wouldn't even be able to tell, but like the difference between that and this, I mean, slightly sharper. It's like, I guess this one has like more of a dull, like a flat edge. This has a sharper edge, so a very slight difference that I probably would never even been able to tell if I was just like, you know, picking them up. I wouldn't have known or cared, but like the fact that I, you know, was able to use them right after purchase, I was like so excited that they had that special detail. And then I got another, let's see, well, a replacement Nina stitch marker. I can open up this container. Yeah, so this is a stitch marker that just has the Nina Chicago logo on it. I don't know if that is coming through well, but just a basic stitch marker. I like the silvery detailing, and it says Nina Chicago on it. It's like this kind of metallic you know, iridescent, whatever material. So that was really fun. And the problem is it replaced me because I had bought one already. My cat did whatever with it. I was actually knitting and I heard it drop, and then I heard her jump, and I couldn't find it anymore. So it's probably somewhere around my house, or hopefully not in her stomach, but I didn't know what happened to it. So then I have to go get another Nina stitch marker. So happy to have that. And then, okay, so then I had already, so at a previous knitting event at Nina, I was looking through some of their stitch stoppers, and they had like these cute little mitten ones, but I was like asking like, okay, did they come in different colors? Cause I think they maybe had like a blue at that time. And I was like, I don't really want it in blue. I wanted something different. And she's like, yeah, they come in pink. And I was like, oh my God, I need one in pink. So she was like, okay, I'm gonna place an order and I'll put your name down for it. And they are in stock, so I'm gonna pick that up today. And so I'm gonna get those pink mitten, I'll put the picture up, the pink mitten stitch stoppers. And I also ordered online before, so I can pick them up when I get there, these pumpkin pie stitch stoppers. Oh my God, like I love pumpkin pie, and that is just super cute. So I was like, I have to go ahead and reserve it now, because like there was only 2 left, and I'm like, I know by the time I get there and people are gonna like, you know, like get those and it's gonna be gone. I'm gonna be sad. So let me just go ahead and reserve it so I know for sure that I can get a pair. So those are my another 2 acquisitions. I just don't have them just yet. Picking them up today. But it's possible I could be buying yarn today, so then maybe next video I'll have some yarn acquisitions, but hopefully not, because as I always say, I have way too much yarn, but you can always use more. But that is it. So we went over I didn't have any finished garments. We went over all of my whips and the little progress that I've made on all of them. You've seen my Cara wrap and where it is. Please just, you know, keep me in your, like, you know, your hearts and minds with my Cara wrap, because I really need to make sure this gets done. I think it's just like my Virgo brain that just wants this to be done on time. And I've learned so much about test knitting and just test knits in general. One, like, definitely do it. I've had so much fun. I've learned new techniques. I had never used the I-cord technique before in knitting previous to working on this project. I'd always heard about it. I'd always kind of like known what it looks like, but I had never used it. And so once you sign up for this test knit, you don't know what the pattern is. You just know what the final garment looks like. And then you have to, you know, you get the pattern and you start working it out. So it kind of forced me to use that technique. So I like it for that reason. I'm expanding my knitting knowledge, which is great. But I realized in the beginning, I kind of assumed that she overestimated the time, right? She's like, I think this pattern got released in like, I want to say like beginning of September is when she sent out the email. And then I think she gave us like until, you know, November 6th. So I was like, oh, you know, like no problem. I had just finished my lintel. That only took me like a little over a month. So I'm like, this is like half a sweater, you know, whatever. It's a wrap top. It doesn't even have like the middle section. No problem. I'll get it done in less time. Yeah, but the fact that I didn't cast, like had I have cast it on immediately, I might have been okay, because then I ran into the issue with the shoulder where I had to wait for her to, you know, send out the video, which took like 2 weeks, which would have been fine, because I mean, things happen, had I have started earlier. So then I would have kind of come into that issue earlier. She would have, you know, put the video out and I still would have had a significant amount of time. But since that issue, I didn't come up with that until, I didn't realize I had that issue until like October, or maybe it was probably like early October or something. I realized I was having an issue with that. Obviously at that point, like, what am I gonna do? Like, I have to like wait for the video, and the video came out. I start working on it, you know, immediately once I got the video. But then of course life happens and I can only work on it at certain times, and you know, so all that to say, tip to you, if you want to do a test knit, start immediately. When you get selected and the pattern gets sent out, cast on. Even if you don't have the intentions of consistently working on it at that moment, like, just cast on. Like, cast it on immediately once you get it. Because I realized what I did also, like, I only had, so I knew I wanted to use this yarn. I had only one skein of it because I bought it not knowing what I wanted to do with it. But then when I realized I wanted to use this yarn for my, you know, my Cara wrap, I was like, oh, I have to obviously order more yarn. Okay, that's fine, but I already had one skein, so I could have just cast it on and started. I waited until the rest of the yarn came in, And then I was like, okay, now I'm ready to start. Like, what was I doing? No, cast on immediately. The yarn will come. You'll have like the first skein. I didn't even finish the first skein for like, it's like maybe like a week or so to get through that one skein. Anyways, it's like I could have waited for that yarn to come in, and you know, it was just a whole bunch of mess. So that first day you get the wrap, just like get the test knit, just cast on, like just cast on. I wish I would have done that because I lost so much time. I think in between the time that she released it and sent it to me and me starting was at least like 3 weeks. That's almost a month worth of time that went by. So definitely start early because you never know what was gonna come up. Also interact with your designer as well as the other test knitters if you can. I know Rebecca had like an Instagram chat for us to get into. I've since have stopped chatting in there as much just because I'm trying to like, you know, make progress on it. So I'm like, I've just been trying to like not type myself out. So I'm trying to like step back a little bit from it now. But in the beginning I was like chatting in there all the time. And it's fun to have like a community of people around you that are working on the same thing. And then of course, that's where I was able to ask questions and request that the video be sent out because I was having so much trouble with the one shoulder. So it's nice to be connected. So those are my 2 test knitting tips. I'm sure I'll have more by the time I'm done with this test knit, but I would definitely recommend doing it. And I would also recommend like taking on a test knit that's a little bit more of a challenge for you in terms of like your knitting skills. Cause I was like, oh, I've never done like a wrap sweater or a garment, whatever before. I never done an I-cord. And I think the way that the construction, you'll be able to see when she releases the pattern, the construction of this is very unique to me. I never knitted a garment in this way. So I thought that this was a very interesting way that all the pieces got pieced together and then ultimately come together. So I just had never made anything in that way before. So I think it kind of expanded my knowledge of knitting, and then in general, it actually kind of got me excited about potentially designing my own knitting patterns at some point, or at least trying that, just because I kind of can see now the start to finish progress of like how you get from this part to this part to this part. And it's just kind of fun to be a part of that progress of improving a knitting pattern for other knitters. So those are my tips. I'll definitely, like I said, I'll have way more, but those are my tips for now. But yeah, again, so I can't wait to finish the Cara wrap. Can't wait to wear it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of all my different whips and what you're working on, what you're knitting, and maybe tell me what your Halloween plans were for this year. So talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.